What's up guys, Poke here from the iOS server, and today we're gonna do something different again. Yes, I'm gonna run my Lost Battlefield, but it's boring Tuesday, so I figured I want to start something, a new series. It's one of the most important aspect in the game, no matter which state you are in. And if you're even free to play, pay to play, mostly is for the, especially for the free to play and the casual pay to play, because you don't always have the option to get a certain talent at at your own will. So I'm gonna get into Lost Battlefield. I used a card, I believe, for day one because I messed up and then I wanted to prove something. But I'm just gonna run it and then we'll talk about talents. So first of all, you gotta make sure if you get a brand new hero or whatever, you start rolling talents because you've had about 15 legendary heroes that needs talent and stuff. That's the best way to do it. If you don't purchase it, or you purchase it and you're deciding to put on your Revitalize or your Deadly Strike or something like that. If you see on the right, there's so many options these days to talents that your selection is gonna be very, very important. So first, I'm gonna my first thing that I would strongly advise is, if you do put a talent on a hero and you're not 100% sure, do not upgrade it. Unless you have so much resources, or you keep buying and you keep getting those stones, and you have an abundant amount, then you can level it up. And then if you have skins, you can always change it or not, or whichever you want to go. But there's a couple things here. So there are talents, just talent like Revitalize 5 that can be crested. And by the way, what you see on the internet, what you see even on this castleclasswikia.com, they still make mistakes. If you see here, this is talents, but then they have Psi Shield on there, which is not true. So you have the oh my god, did I win? Yeah. We have the, let me see, Captain Tom. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the same lineup. We have the kind of like a placeholder talent, or actually a good talent until for a while. Talents like Life Drain, Tenacity, even Condemnation, Heaven's Wrath. Don't count them out. They're really good. To hold for now. Even Revive. You're gonna be you could use it for heroes for Lava Isle 3 or even Lava Isle 4. And even for Infernal Summit, some heroes, if you have enough Scattered Crest, of course. And I'm getting beat up. But there are quite a few talents that are endgame. If you put it on a certain hero, then it's going to be on there for a long time, unless unless your team doesn't work out with that. Those are talents like Scorch, for example, on the correct hero. And then let me refresh real quick. Oh man, okay, 520 it is for the Sasquatch. We have the Scorch, we have the Flame Guard, we have a Berserk for certain heroes, we have Stone Skin, we have War God, and we have a Empower, Faint, and Brute Force. So those are talents that if you put correctly on a hero, those are gonna be, and I'm gonna get beat up by Hong AM. It's okay. I'm gonna skip. Oh, better, even better. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this lineup. You have those talents that are kind of endgame, and then you have a niche talent, meaning these are gonna be used. Certain heroes, if you use for certain game modes, these talents are very, very niche, and it's it's very useful. Like for example, in Archdemon, then you're gonna be using heavy blow on the Siren, or you can use slowdown on a lot of the heroes for Archdemon. And then also you have Scatter, you have Sprint. I don't know if people still use Sprint for Arena though. We have those talents right there to confuse everybody, right? You have the what was it, a Scatter. For certain heroes, it can be very, very powerful. And then Tenacity for certain types of Archdemon, Life Drain for certain types of if Life Drain is not placed correctly, it's fine, especially if you are still in the early game, but don't upgrade it to 8/8. And Lighten, of course, it's very useful, especially if you're a growing account and you haven't found the perfect talent that you want on a certain hero, and put Enlighten on it first. And of course, we got to remember Bulwark. Bulwark is the overall most versatile talent for a lot of the heroes. And Corrode, if you are free to play, it's very, very useful still. But if you are kind of even casual pay to play, they can now purchase Corrode, which is good and bad, but it is what it is. But Corrode for now has shifted from one of the very important, maybe top 10 talents, to become very low in the lineup. And you have Sharpen, kind of niche. I still don't know exactly how to maximize that talent. So that's that. So if you're putting on a talent, you got to think about a team. What does a team need? Because a lot of the game modes are team game modes. They're not individual 1 versus 1. There's not even a 2 versus 2. Except your Torch Battle, which is kind of like a dying game mode in my opinion. And on top of that, you not only have to deal with that, you have to think about equipment and all these talents. Look at this. See, there's that. So I want to make sure that at least to start this series, I want to be able to kind of start with certain heroes. I don't know, I want to start with one hero every series and then talk about what would be the max potential and maybe the versatility potential end game. So there's so many things, so many ways you can build it. Not only that, and also with traits. And if you build it the wrong way, your hero may seem very, very ordinary. Or if you build it correctly or to complement your team, then that certain hero can appear very, very powerful. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, and hopefully I can help a ton of people make this is it's tough decisions, every single hero. And of course, my last recommendation is, if a hero just got released and you have the beast of the beast accounts will just try out a bunch of talents that they think is good, or it's discussed and it's kind of like a speculation and this and that after reading the talents or what have you after certain tests. It doesn't mean that that's the best for that hero, because only until at least a couple of weeks or even a month or two, we will find out the true potential of a certain talent or a certain hero. And you might be wrong with the initial guess and what have you. Usually what we do is admit to it and make changes to what's best. I'll give you an example. Scorched Ronin was not discovered when Ronin was released. It was maybe like a month or so later. The same thing with I'm sure the same thing with how Skull Knight was. So I believe Skull Knight, when it was released, I believe it was a lot of people would put like Bulwark or War God or something like that. Nobody knew Deadly Strike or even a Scatter Skull Knight would be very, very powerful, or Corrode Skull Knight, or maybe at that time it wasn't even released yet, those talents. But anyways, let me know. Or Life Drain, when it was just released, everybody go nuts over Life Drain, but by now, it's better crested. So, but I hope that, let me know anyways in the comment section, and let me know what hero you want me to start with. Not the new hero, of course. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna pray that JT roll a couple of those tomorrow. Aside from that, thank you so much for watching, and Poke out.